Hey guys, Dirk here from Intelligent Cryptocurrency. I'm here today with Travis from ARK, and he's kindly agreed to hop on this call. So Travis, great to have you here. We had an interview a couple of years ago now. I think it's 2 or 3 years ago, and I still love ARK. I've been following everything that's been happening, so it's really good to have you here. And there's a lot that has happened with ARK, so let's uh, let's share all the progress that has been made. So basically, since you guys launched and did the ICO, I believe it was November 2016, there's a lot that has happened. And just for anyone who's watching who's new to the ARK project, can you maybe just give a bit of a summary of like what is ARK, what are you trying to achieve with it, and kind of what is your vision for it?
Yeah, ARK is a platform, blockchain cryptocurrency platform that allows anyone to create their own blockchain in minutes. I mean, minutes-ish, half hour probably, and give it a take. Right now we're working on a new deployer system and software. So what that is it's the main GUI interface. So if anyone's like familiar with WordPress, like it kind of does that for blockchains. It allows you to pick your own consensus, pick your own modules, build on top of the blockchain itself. And we're pushing for the new version very, very soon. I don't know if you've got a chance to try the old version. We deprecated it not too long ago because it only works with our core V2. But the new one works with the core V3 that we've been working on for years now.
Okay. Who would you say this is for? Is this for small businesses? Is it for big corporations? Who would be kind of the ideal demographic for using the ARK deployer and the project as you're developing it?
Honestly, it is for anyone and everyone. Anyone that wants to test out how to use the blockchain, how to integrate it into their system, how they could use it maybe for their small business or anything like that. It's like a lot of these corporations, they'll spend millions of dollars to try to build their own blockchain. And the small guy can't really do that,
Yeah.
but they still want to test it out, So it is really for anyone that wants to try it.
Okay. So when it started out, it was just ARK, and over the last, say, like years, it's developed, and now we have Protokol, which launched, which is for enterprise, and we're also seeing Market Square. So maybe you can touch on what is the difference between the ARK blockchain, and then we have Protokol, and we have Market Square. How do they all work together, and how is that going forward?
Yeah, Protokol is our enterprise division, our subsidiary. They're focused on more enterprise solutions. Like I was touching on before, like big corporations, stuff like that. They all have the money to put in and build these crazy custom solutions that not everyone needs, but just they want and just they need, and that's where Protokol focuses on. They also will build modules and plugins for the deployer for anyone to use in the future, on top of their enterprise private solutions or whatever is going on there. Market Square is like a social platform. We're trying to bring in everybody. Everyone needs a voice. Everyone needs a place where they can find information about blockchains, about modules, advertising, projects, anything, like an essential spot where people can figure out anything and everyone and be in touch with people, even offer services. And so it's like a central hub for everyone.
Only related to ARK or just blockchain in
No,
general?
every
Everything.
single, the whole industry.
Okay.
We've already partnered with over, I don't think, like 25 different projects.
Wow.
And they're all helping us test in the background right now. And those range from dApps to full blockchains to just travel products like Travelodge. Who else? We just picked up CodeCap.
Okay.
They're like an analyst, blockchain analyst. So I mean, it's really for everyone. We want to be like a central information, an easy place for everyone to learn.
Yeah, that's definitely needed. It's just always hard. There's like all these individual blockchains and all these projects and everything, and there's no real place where people can get together. So that's much needed. Um, One thing that's happened is with ARK also, you've kind of rebuilt the whole thing over the last couple of years, right? And you've rebuilt it. This was a while ago. You rebuilt from scratch, but what has that allowed you to do now? Like it's just constant upgrades and updates. What is kind of the plan going forward for the ARK infrastructure?
So yeah, we started in 2016 with our forked code base, which was core v1. We knew right then we had to swap out a lot just to get to where we wanted to, like the addressing system and other things. We had a lot of ideas right at that point in time, but the code base itself was just not strong enough with what we wanted to do with it. So we rewrote it completely, and we wrote it in TypeScript, coded over from JavaScript, and it did a lot more. Like it really improved the whole core itself. But it's still not. It still wasn't what we wanted as a final product by any means. So we've been working in parallel. We worked on Core V2 while we were building Core V3 in the background, which is just insane. It's modular. It's so much faster. It's everything that we want it to be, and we can build on top of it much faster, much easier. Other people can build on top of it too. This is why it's going to be the base for the deployer coming up, because it's just plug and play. But just like I said, like WordPress, you just I like this, and I'll put this in my blockchain.
Right.
Set a milestone, and on block 27, now you have no fees on your blockchain. Like it's that simple. So what we want to do with that, like after we release Core V3, it's already on DevNet, by the way. If anyone wants to go out and test it, help us test, join the Discord and jump right in. But once we have it launched on the mainnet itself, we're going to be focusing on the consensus upgrade and our HTLC integration, which is already in the ARK blockchain. It's just not activated. And we just want the core to be so secure that we feel comfortable going with atomic swaps between blockchains. We don't want to activate anything until we're 100% sure this is totally ready to work.
That's what I really like about ARK, and just the consistent updates and the progress and everything, and the focus on building quality product. That's why I'm really such a fan of it. I just, there's all these people who talk about this new idea and it's going to be the hot new thing, but ultimately I think, ultimately good products that are working, that are just the best in the industry, are going to end up winning. So I really like that about ARK. But from an investor point of view, like for token holders, right? One thing that I would like to know is are there any plans for future marketing to get more awareness? I feel like not enough people know about ARK. Do you have any plans for any marketing campaigns?
That is it's not just ARK. I guess you hear that for when marketing is everywhere, right?
Right.
Everyone wants money. Why don't you spend more money on marketing? Well, first of all, this is what Market Square is.
Yeah.
It is a form of marketing. All these projects we're bringing in build on top of Market Square and build with us. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of eyes from other projects that didn't know what ARK was and are joining. This one form of marketing. But of course, just like with any product rollout, marketing happens. We don't push it hard when we're so deep in development until we know we can focus on, okay, this is 2 months out. Okay, we can start now.
Yeah.
But rather than saying a hiccup happens and all of a sudden we got to push something 6 months, well, we started marketing for nothing then.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we get people mad at us because they came in, they bought, we marketed to them. They're like, well, when's the product coming out? Then it goes from when marketing to when product.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you guys are scammers. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's a fine balance you got to find, and you don't want to waste development resources on marketing too early or too late, really. But it's everyone, trust me, marketing will come. It's just, and that's just where Market Square comes into play.
Yeah, I agree with that approach. I mean, it's always much easier to market something when you have a working product that's really good, and then you're like, guys, it's ready. Actually,
Yeah, something you can show them,
yeah,
not say, oh, it works.
yeah,
And
exactly.
everyone else goes, okay, well, show me. Like, well, no, it'll work soon. Just
Right.
trust me.
Yeah, so many projects do that. It's crazy. In terms of like exchange listings, is there any way? I know you're on Binance, which is obviously big, but they delisted the ARK ETH pairing. I think last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not too sure. Is there any plans for getting on more exchanges, perhaps?
Yeah, we're always open to any exchange. Um, we have tutorials and walkthroughs on how it's so easy to add ARK to an exchange.
Yeah.
It's just
Is that completely
centralized
depend?
exchanges.
Yeah, is that completely dependent on the exchange themselves? Like whether they
Yeah,
want? Yeah.
yeah, 100%. It's all about the exchange themselves, how much they like the project, are they invested in the project? Like, you look at big exchanges, they're usually there's a reason they're being listed. It's either they've been paid a lot, or they have investments personally in that token, or they were a VC in the fundraise or something like that. It's a centralized exchange for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's the reason that like we're not on every single exchange in the world, and that's because like straight up, there are exchanges out there that are asking 20 Bitcoin right now just to list.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
They
insane.
they don't even see how much Bitcoin really is. They're like, no, 20 Bitcoin. Like, what? And then they say, oh, yeah, by the way, it's going to be $2 million worth of market making you're going to have to put into it too. Like, well, we don't wash trade. We don't want to market make. That's your exchange, right?
Yeah.
And they say, well, no, that's not our job. You need to market make. And we're like, well, Jesus. Like, we kind of want to build our product, like
Yeah.
we're putting funds into development. We don't have the crazy ICO, the never-ending ICO like Ripple that we can just put all that money into this. Like we need to focus on the product, then focus on marketing.
Yeah.
We can't focus on liquidity like at
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah.
But we welcome all exchanges. Like, we have great relationships with every exchange that we're listed on. At any point in time, like, they ping me like 24/7. I'm there. I'm available. I can help you guys out. Like, we have no problem with that with the ones that list us.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure at the end, like we'll get all the links and stuff to contact you personally and where people can find out more. We'll put that below in the description, so no problems there. One thing I wanted to ask is since the start, since you guys launched, how have things been according to what you envisioned it to be, and how it's actually gone with the staking, the delegates, everything? Has that all performed perfectly like how you wanted it to, or?
I mean, any startup there's hiccups, but I think it's run pretty well. We haven't had any crazy hacks or anything like that. There's no crazy drama or companies get hit by the SEC or anything like that. Like, I think we've been doing it the right way since the beginning. And like the core itself has been running very, very, very well. We have a very good selection of delegates to help run the network, and are always in the background helping with logs and making sure everything's running right. And there's a couple of delegates that really actually put their time in. There's one that does a lot of security work in the background,
Right.
and it's actually like it's great how it's been coming along.
Awesome.
I'm sure that it could totally change in like a year. You never know. Like,
Yeah.
there could be an ARK improvement protocol where the delegates say, we need more delegates tomorrow or something like that. I don't know. Things can change.
Right.
But until now, I think it's going very, very well.
Yeah, it seems that way. So I just wanted to ask. It's good to know. Yeah, in terms of moving forward, how do you see the next, say, 5 to 10 years for ARK? What are some of the biggest hurdles right now that you're facing? That you need to overcome, and what is the general direction that you're moving in?
5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I know in blockchain that's like
that is
in eternity.
looking way into the future. Wow. I would stick to a shorter time frame, like
Right.
let's say 6 months. That's like what? That's like 6 years in blockchain world, right?
Right,
So let's say
right.
6 months. I would say we're looking at the launch of Market Square. We're looking at Core V3 coming out very soon. Along with Core V3, that brings the new deployer. And this also brings the new desktop wallet that we're releasing, the new mobile wallets. Our new desktop wallet is actually multi-asset. It's not just ARK anymore. I don't know if you ever used the ARK wallet and how easy it is to use and how much everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It is so much cooler now. Like,
Wow.
It's just awesome. It's sleek, fast. It looks amazing. It looks amazing now, but I mean, it's going to look more amazing. We have blogs out and resources where you can actually look at the new desktop wallet and some of the cool designs we've been doing.
That's very cool. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like all of that within the next 6 months to a year.
Wow, that's exciting. Do you think there's any plans for like maybe building a DEX on ARK? Or not, like a decentralized exchange, or maybe swaps within the wallet or something, you know? You say you're talking about multi-assets now. Maybe there's potential to do like that would be cool, you know? I don't know if it's possible.
I think we have a DEX on our roadmap right now. It wouldn't be something we'd be looking into, I don't think, until Core V3 is done and released. After that, I can answer that question better.
Yeah.
If we're going to pivot in that direction, or if we're going to actually just utilize HTLC and atomic swaps between chains.
Okay.
I can't really speculate personally on that, as I'm not the developers.
Of course.
But and I don't know how hard it would be at this moment.
Yeah.
But I know it's not something we're going to look at until Core V3 is released.
Okay, awesome. I think that's pretty much it from my end. So do you still have anything you'd like to share with viewers about ARK or crypto or the space in general, how things are going?
I'm here to answer your questions.
Okay, no, that's perfect. No, I mean, just talking about in general also, you know, we seem to be moving into kind of a new bull market phase. And it really seems like even the altcoins are starting to move again. I know as a like developer and part of the project, like you guys aren't too concerned with price, I imagine, you know, whether the price is up or down, you're just focused on building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the trader in me that came before the project does watch the markets.
Yeah.
I said a long time ago that like I had a $50,000 target for Bitcoin in my predictions, like a long time ago, and I was laughed at quite a few times. But here we are, right? We're getting there. I don't think we're stopping anytime soon either. If you saw recently that was it BlackRock?
Yeah.
Just
yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's $7 trillion in liquid assets, right?
Yeah, it seems that way, and I know the feeling. Like I've also been in space for a few years, and everyone says, "Oh, it's a scam," and when the prices crashed and this and that, but you know, it just keeps going higher, and now the banks are getting involved, and PayPal, and you know, all this kind of stuff. So I don't see it stopping too, and I think digital assets as a asset class is going to get much bigger than where it is today.
I think there's going to be some pretty wicked swings though here on the way up though.
I think so.
We've climbed this fast. There's going to be some wicked swings. People are going to get hurt.
I think so.
Buy and hold, right?
Right. And you just obviously have to be careful with your risk management and all that kind of stuff. What do you think about regulation? Because I think it's just a matter of time we're starting to see it. Like, you know, it's starting to come. Do you think there's anything that you foresee with ARK, for example, with any regulation issues?
I don't see any issues with ARK. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with how we did our fundraising in the beginning. We didn't really have an ICO per se. We had a token exchange campaign, and we called it the TEC. We did a swap. So anyone that wanted to swap their cryptocurrencies for an ARK token, it swapped automatically on this on the TEC campaign site we built. And then we even did like a 2-week refund at the end of that. It went from November 11th November 16th through December 11th of 2016. And after the 2-week refund, we had just over like $700,000 worth of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. And that was it. Like we no promises, nothing like that. We told everyone here's the refund period. If you're not happy with this, I mean, take your money and we'll take the ARK back and we'll put it in the development fund.
Super cool.
That's what we've done. And ever since then, middle of 2017, we worked with the French government and the EU, and we have the world's first crypto SCIC co-op business entity.
Okay.
So
no idea what that means.
I think we're okay in the regulatory department at the moment. I don't think really we're not still running an ICO.
Yeah,
We don't sell tokens. We don't give promises of anything like that.
Right.
And we're separate from the network. We don't even run the network. The delegates run the network. We just produce code for the network that they can or cannot accept. It's up to them.
Okay, great. If people want to find out more about ARK or want to get in touch with you, obviously we'll leave the links below. But where would you say you would direct them? The Discord, the ARK site. What is the best place?
Yeah, ARK.io is the website. You can find all the social media links on there. I would jump into discord.ark.io. That's a fun place to chat. Yeah. You follow us on Twitter. We have YouTube. There's so many places you can follow ARK. Right. You can find me on Twitter too at Travis Walker ARK. But start at ARK.io. Look at some of the documentation. If you look at the white paper, if you really want to get involved, then start jumping on social.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Travis, for this. It's been fantastic, and I hope we can catch up in a year or two and do another session.
For sure.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.